Desde Venado Tuerto, Argentina.
Máxima FM.
Las 24 horas.
Pura música.
Máxima pura música. La radio que escuchas. La radio que escuchas vos.
Máxima.
Pura música.
I think the way we worship God, more than anything, more than being in a worship service where we lift our hands and go, oh God, I love you. The best way to worship God is with our lives. If we would just literally obey God's commands, this would be the highest form of worship that we could ever give Him. The ultimate sacrifice is to lay down your life and say, Lord, I am no longer living for me, my will, my agenda, my way. I want to begin to live for you. And as I lay down my life, I worship you with my life. Whatever you tell me to do, I will do. Whatever you tell me to say, I will say. Whoever you tell me to love, I will love. I think our real worship to God has to come from a place of brokenness. It has to come from a place of honesty where we say, Lord, I am nothing without you. The reason why I worship you is because I know that there would be no life in me if it were not for you. And so we have to respond to God in a very humble way, in a very honoring way, with a heart that is before God, very truthfully, that says, I could never be anything without you. I think worship has to start there. It takes somebody that has a broken heart and knows and is very aware of their own sinful nature, that says, there's something that is bigger than me, and it's not a thing, it's a person, it's God. Pride stops worship because it exalts you above Him. Okay? Pride, the reason why Satan got kicked out of heaven is because pride was found in his heart. He didn't even say he was going to be God. He said he was going to be like God. The mere thought of it, God rejected him out of his presence, because there is no one that has the thing created cannot say to the thing that creates. So we have to come back to God and say, Lord, I don't even know who I am outside of you telling me. For worship leaders, if you're gonna lead us into worship, then just do that. Like, don't, come on everybody, clap your hands. Come on you guys, you need to jump up and down. No, why don't you worship God and tell us to follow your lead? Because a real leader has people follow them. A real leader doesn't stop and say, hey, you need to do this. You need to do, they don't stop. They're not busy giving you instructions. They're busy walking you into a place. And a real worship leader to me is one that is so passionate about God that as they begin to worship, other people just go into the worship with them. It's not about, don't look at me and you need to start worshiping. Y'all need to clap your hands, close your eyes, scream, throw your head back. Well, this is an instructional video. This is not worship. Lead me, don't instruct me. That's what I would say.
Esencia musical, la mejor música y tus videos favoritos en un solo programa. Esencia musical.
Ahora podés ver Canal 12 en la web. Entrá a www.contenidoscanal12.com.ar y disfrutá de nuestra programación online las 24 horas para estar informado sobre lo que pasa en Venado Tuerto y la región. Canal 12 en la web, www.contenidoscanal12.com.ar.